Joe and I often go for a plant-based lunch. We like to have a plant-based protein in the middle of the day along with a complex carbohydrate, because of course the complex carbohydrate is going to keep our energy up, and because it's a plant-based protein it's not quite as heavy, so it helps us it's a lighter, highly nutritious lunch that just keeps us going. It's also really high in soluble fiber, so it's going to keep us feeling fuller for longer. And if you are interested in weight control as well as nutrition, that's a really good thing to focus on a high amount of soluble fiber in the middle of the day. So today I have planned for a vegetable and kidney bean gumbo, which means it's going to be like a really good Cajun spices. So I'm going to start with a red onion, green pepper and some celery here, and we're going to chop these up. Now again, when it comes to onions, we use your yellow onions, your red onions probably every day, but don't discount onions as just an onion. This is it's a sulfur rich. There's many sulfur-rich compounds in onions that are very good for your immune system, same in garlic, and those compounds are part of the allicin family, A-L-L-I-C-I-N. Everything that you put in your mouth, everything that you eat, that you cook with, will have some impact on your body, and it's to know which ones are really health promoting and good for your wellness. So your red onion, once again, high in sulfur-rich compounds, high in B vitamins, all very supportive of immune system, and your hair, skin, nails, things like that. Peppers. Now peppers are, when it comes to vitamin C, much higher vitamin C than you would have in an orange, for example. So green peppers are also very high in B vitamins. They're very high in natural silica, and the body uses silica to make really healthy hair, skin and nails. And then you have your celery. And celery, rich in potassium, rich in B vitamins, rich in natural sodium. So a natural sodium is so important for good nerve transmission and good muscular contraction. So it's fantastic for any level of athletic performance. So I'm going to start by chopping these and getting these in the pan. I'm going to just put some oil in my pan and get this going. So I will include the actual recipe as part of this video below, but let's go to our red onion. And once again, I love cooking with anything with such a rich color. My lunches I have to be able to prepare them in 20 minutes or less. We all have busy lives. And I'm no different. I probably cook from scratch maybe once, twice a day. But the gumbo that I'm making today will also be fantastic for leftovers tomorrow. All of this is going in my compost. Actually, let me bring that over there. Red peppers are the highest concentration of vitamin C you will find in the vegetable family. They have about 1.5 times the vitamin C that a green pepper has. But as I've said, green peppers are really high in natural silica. Hair, skin and nails, that's never a bad thing. And a lot of the vitamin C in peppers is actually found in the white pithy piece. So including some of that's always a good thing. Okay, and I'm going to put 3 celery in. Okay, and all of this is going in the pan. Along with some garlic, and you'll notice that I'm choosing the really lazy garlic because there's just some times that I feel really lazy and I don't want to chop some garlic. Now that's going to saute in the background while I get the next ingredients ready. I'm going to use some butternut squash for this particular gumbo. Now, butternut squash is part of the pumpkin family. It's got, you can see it's got quite a thick rind. But look at that orange. That's just beautiful. That is, again, rich in beta carotene, rich in potassium, lots of good stuff. So I'm going to obviously take this rind off. I don't know, I don't think it's a common vegetable people use a lot of here. I spent quite some time in Canada, and butternut squash, all the different kinds of squashes and pumpkins were really used a lot. It's quite a sweet taste. I love it. You could use instead courgette, would be a common member of a squash family here. And I'm just going to cube this. So I'm just going to mix or create the spice mix for this vegetable red bean gumbo. So the one thing to remember about all your spices are made from plants. Whether that's, today we're going to be using thyme, marjoram, paprika and pepper. All of these spices are really concentrated sources of micronutrients. Now remember, nutrition is cumulative. So every time you use a spice, you're getting some kind of micronutrient into your body, and that's a really good thing. I'm doing a teaspoon of thyme, and of course thyme is full of thyme oil, another volatile oil that has shown promise as an immune modulator. I'm using marjoram today, 1 teaspoon of that too. You'll notice I'm a really imprecise chef, but I do just fine. And this is a smoked paprika. It's a great taste for a vegetable gumbo, 1 teaspoon of that. And this is a Cajun, just a typical Cajun blended spice, and I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of that. This has some chilli and paprika in it, lots of different things. And then life is not worth it without some pepper. And pepper is high in piperine. And that, I know, is has lots of good stuff in it. So this is my spice mix, and when the time is right, I'll get that in the pan. So the 2 canned ingredients that are part of the vegetable and the red bean gumbo, you have your canned tomatoes. And canned tomatoes, actually canned version of tomatoes versus fresh tomatoes, are higher in lycopene. And lycopene is another powerful plant antioxidant. So canned tomatoes, fantastic, full of nutrients for your health anytime you use them. But let's talk about kidney beans. Let me count the ways that I love anything from the bean or the legume family. Kidney beans come with 9 grams of plant-based protein per 100 grams of use, 23 grams of complex carbohydrate, which is the slow release kind of energy. And they are packed full of calcium, magnesium, folate, iron, and that's about 7 grams of soluble fiber per 100 grams of kidney beans. So when it comes to a plant-based protein, anything from the kidney bean, chickpeas, cannelli bean family is going to give you a good amount of protein. Now, the other ingredient that we're going to be using as a complement to a plant-based protein is actually some good old fine cut oats. And I'm going to put half a cup of fine cut oats in the gumbo, because when you combine your 2 plant-based protein sources, a bean and a grain, and for this particular recipe I'm using kidney beans and the fine cut oats, It is that combination of those two plant sources that provides the complete profile of your 9 essential amino acids. So I'm going to throw my spices in now, and one tip I always do is I really let my spices saute for a minute or two to just bring the taste up. So a lot of the oils in the spices will really, you'll really smell them come alive whenever you cook them just for a few minutes. So I'm just going to leave that.